Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerous, and today I have a ranked Scoia'tael deck for you guys, and that is the Control Scoia'tael deck, which we are running Eithné as our leader. She allows us to resurrect a special card, so we can replay one of our special cards, which can be quite useful in Control, especially when you're running Scorch. You can obviously Scorch a second time. So we're running Eithné, like I say, and in terms of the control, what this deck is all about is damaging your opponent's units and removing your opponent's units while also playing your own. So that's the kind of gist of the deck. We have Ciri here. Deploy, you may transform a card from your hand into Scorch. So we can actually turn a card into Scorch and basically get value out of it. On top of that, we have Saskia. Saskia, she gets played when you use your leader ability, so she's going to give an extra 7 points to our leader. This is a card that you want to mulligan. We have Ciri, which we can use for card advantage. At the end of the round, return to this unit to your hand if you lost. And actually what you can do once she's back in your hand is you can always turn her into Scorch. So if you think that the Scorch is going to be more valuable than just her 5 points, we can actually transform her into Scorch once we've benefited from her ability. And then we have Isengrim. Play a bronze or silver ambush card from your deck. And we have two ambush cards. We have Moiraine. Ambush, when an enemy appears, turn Moiraine over and damage that enemy by 5 before it deploys. So we can use her to basically damage something that your opponent plays. And we have Teruvial, which will allow us to buff some of our units and basically gain, a tempo play. Basically, this is a big point swing at the end of the round. And both of these units can actually be buffed if they're in your hand by the Vreehead Dragoon. Every turn at the start of your turn, boost a random law unit in your hand by 1, which means that if they get buffed, you've got a few extra points in there, which is quite nice. Another unit that's a great target for the Dragoon, actually, is Brienne. Deploy, damage a unit by this unit's power. Or damage an enemy by this unit's power. So, basically, if she gets buffed up by our Dragoons, we actually get more damage out of Brienne than just the 5 alone that she has, which is quite cool. On top of that, we have Yaevinn. Control is all about reacting and being able to, stop your opponent's final tempo play, for example. Say, a Grave Hag, for example. So, having card advantage is really important in this deck, which is why we run Ciri and Yaevinn, because that gives us an option, and he also allows us to find a special card or a unit, so depending on what we want, that can be quite useful. We obviously have another Scorch, which is quite nice, so we're going to be burning our opponents, and I like to run Skellige Storm. Skellige Storm, you apply to a row, and it damages from the leftmost unit 2, 2, 1, respectively, so this is really powerful if your opponent doesn't happen to have Weather Clear in hand, and on top of that, we have Eithné, so we can always resurrect it and use it again, should we want to, really mess with our opponent in terms of weather. So that's all of our silver cards. If we move on to our bronze cards, in terms of special cards, we have Lacerate, which is just fantastic in the current meta. There's lots of row stacking going on. We have Marjoim, which we can use to reset a unit, basically with the spores, and weaken it by 3. Alternatively, you could reset your own unit, but typically we'll be using the spores effect rather than the mutagen effect. We have 3 First Lights, which we can use in conjunction with our Elven Mercenaries in order to chain out cards. We could also potentially remove weather if it's problematic. Elven Mercenaries, draw the top 2 bronze special cards in your deck, play 1 and shuffle the other back. So you basically use the Elven Merc to draw a First Light and then play Rally, which will then play a random bronze unit from our deck. So we can use this to kind of thin our deck as well. I've got 2 Dol Blathanna Archers, deploy, damage enemies by 3, then 1. So we can use this again to deal damage. We have 2 Trappers, deploy, spawn a Fireball Trap on an opposing row. Fireball Trap does 2 damage to everything on the row, so it's kind of like a weaker Lacerate, but we can also do that with those. And I've previously mentioned the Dragoons. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to jump into a game and showcase this deck. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and let me know what you think in the comments below.
The gate must be secure.
I respect nothing human.
Okay, so Unseen Elder is Consume, which is a nice matchup for us here. In terms of our mulligan, we want to see if we have Saskia, because we don't want to hold on to that. We have Isengrim and we have Moiraine, which means that Isengrim will draw us. We can use to draw Teruvial. We're going to mulligan First Lights because we'll be playing them with the Elven Mercenaries anyway. And also because Weather's not typically played by our opponent. We've got Teruvial and Moiraine, which is kind of awkward. I think what we'll do here is we'll mulligan Moiraine, because Teruvial's a better target to be buffed by the Dragoons, because she always flips, whereas Moiraine only flips if they play an enemy, and we got Saskia. That's annoying, but often we don't play Eithné in the first round anyway, so we should be able to mulligan this, and it should be okay. Our turn. So we'll open with our lovely friend, the Dragoon, and basically start buffing our units. Let me have a think here. So I don't think I want to straight remove that yet. We'll play our Elven Merc.
Everything all right?
Into a First Light. Into a Rally. We got another Elven Merc. I'm going to stack these together. I think they're okay to have a couple together. Into a First Light. Into a Rally. Into a Dragoon. Not a bad play. The only issue is, like, we maybe should have held off because we want lacerate for the middle row. But as things currently stand, I feel like it's okay. We can actually pop one of the eggs with the archer. We could pop both of the eggs with the archer. But I feel like that's sometimes a risk. Alternatively, we play a trap, but I think we hold off on the trap. And we'll play this archer. And we'll just pop your eggs. Basically, we don't want him to get the consume bonus, which is what he's looking for. Though, if he does make a very big Vran warrior, we can burn it. The plan, though, is you have to burn it before your opponent, obviously, starts eating things, which can be quite annoying, basically. Like, it can be kind of problematic. He's not running Arrakis, which is interesting. You don't often see players who don't run Arrakis. Typically they do. We could go for Isengrim into Morin. That's not a bad play, to be honest. We're getting then setting up a trap for something that he plays. So let's play Morin. And we can make him think that it's Teruviel by putting it here, basically. By doing that, they now think I've played Teruviel, because we put it in between units. So that's an interesting play, because what it does is it makes your opponent think that you've got Teruviel. The Griffin was a smart play there. So he's going to keep you eating stuff, and by eating stuff he's going to be, you know, triggering more spawns, but I'm not hugely concerned about that. We could scorch the 8, but I don't think it's that worthwhile. So let's play this, and we'll put a trap on this row. Oh, he ate my trap. So rude. Where are your manners? Do we go for the burn now of the 11? I think we probably do go for the burn here. With the Scorch and just remove his Vran warrior. It's not a bad play. The problem is we don't have any, like, row damaging effects at the moment, which means that when he plays his Elder and he gets all his little 3s out, there's nothing I can really do about it. Let's play this and remove the Vran warrior for now. I mean, the alternative was we reset the Vran warrior with the Marjoram and then kept hold of the Scorch for later. But I think this is okay.
The gate must be secure.
I could play Teruviel, but I think I want to hold Teruviel as a win condition for a later round. I'm trying to work out how far ahead we are, basically. So a lacerate here would be lovely, but we unfortunately didn't have it. We're still 12 points ahead, though. But he hasn't played any silver cards. And, you know, Consume often has Crones, for example. So if he plays Crones, that's quite a few points. And that's kind of a problem. Though, we could play Yaevinn and then we have the same number of points. Because the problem is if we lose, then we're stuck with Yaevinn in our hand. Though I guess if we drew Shirou, we could turn him into points. I think we can pass for now. We're not crazy far ahead that I feel super comfortable, but I want to keep Teruviel for a different round. Yeah, there's the Crones. I had a feeling that was going to happen. But the thing is, even if it did happen, then maybe we should have gone for the Yaevinn. That would have forced another card out of him, actually, with Yaevinn. Because he'd still want to win, and we'd still be in this situation, but we'd have a different card. Yeah, I probably should have gone Yaevinn there, in hindsight, rather than just letting this happen. But it is what it is. We got a Dragoon and Shirou. Okay, so we can actually... We can turn Yaevinn into a Scorch with Shirou. Or we mulligan Yaevinn and see what we find. We need to mulligan Saskia, actually, though, so this is okay. Right, let's do this. We also have a power play with Eithné, which is quite nice. We can Eithné the Saskia out. Which isn't too bad. There's his lock, which is really good, because it means he can't lock Teruviel, which is what we wanted there. Guess we play Shirou.
What do you...
But do we turn Ciri into points, or do we turn Yaevinn into points? I think we turn Yaevinn into points. Or into Scorch, sorry. So I think if we Marjoram the Necker, it actually stops the Necker effect from triggering, so let's do that. So we spores it, because it basically destroys it rather than putting it in the graveyard, so then I believe you don't get the Death Wish. Yeah, so we can do that and just remove it. The current issue is that we are 8 points behind. So if we want to catch up, we probably have to Eithné. Or we play to reveal, because we can't catch up with Ciri, we can't catch up with Scorch. So we'd have to play Eithné to catch up. Which thins our deck, but is not ideal.
We'll win. Humans have no place in
So potentially what we should have done. I don't know, I guess we rally and thin our deck some more so we can find some more cards. It would have been a nice play on the next turn, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, we can't kill the Grave Hag, I don't think, because we have to play last. And that's why maybe Yaevinn would have actually been good to keep hold of, because we could have played Yaevinn and then maybe dealt with it and tried to keep card advantage. Skellige Storm. I think we mulligan Ciri here. Oh, if we could have gotten Brienne, that would have been huge. Because if we'd gotten Brienne, what that would allow us to do is kill his Grave Hag. Right, let's play to reveal for now. If we pull an Elven Merc, we can put it next to reveal, and that's a few more points. There's a Necker. We can just Scorch the Necker, but I feel like we should probably wait in case he plays a second one. So let's play Rally for now. Into the Elven Merc,
my love.
which gives us a Lacerate. It's kind of annoying, because it means if he has a second Necker in hand, we can't just burn it. We do, however, have 17 points into reveal. So that's a thing. I mean, maybe he doesn't have his Grave Hag, though. It is also possible that you don't draw it. In which case he just has a handful of gold cards. Because he's only played Regis Higher Vampire. So who knows? The thing is, I don't really want to kill the Necker, because it's just going to pull another Necker out as well. Which isn't really ideal. Oh, can I kill this with Skellige Storm? I don't even know. I think it gets buffed before... Yeah, the buff happens before the Skellige Storm hits, unfortunately. But we are going to be whittling it away, and that's a much better target. Although, actually, I can Scorch it, so I should have played the Skellige Storm on the front row. That was a misplay.
I shall savor your death.
I'm really surprised he didn't try and Succubus to reveal. That was a misplay. Let's burn this. I definitely should have played Skellige Storm on the front row, though. Because if I lose by 4 points, that's my own fault. As it is, I think it's a tie, which means I misplayed. Because this is 17, so we tied. Oh, if I played the Skellige Storm on the front row, oh, I would have won if I played the Skellige Storm on the front row. Never mind, that was my bad play at the end rather than any kind of smarts. I for some reason was like, I have Scorch in my hand and didn't realize. Anyway, guys, I'll jump into another game. I'll showcase this deck in action once more for you.
Humans have no place in Broccolon. There will be no negotiation.
Ooh, an Eithné mirror. This is going to be interesting. So again, we don't need First Light. We can find it with Elven Mercenary. We've got Teruviel and Moraine, but we also have Isengrim. So I'm going to mulligan the Moraine again, which is nice. Saskia can also piss off because we don't want her in our hand. Okay, opponent's turn. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that I just lost that last game because of misplaying, but it is what it is, and hopefully we'll win this one instead. That's it, but as long as you learn from these things, that's fine. Like, for example, what on earth is this? You must have a really poor hand. What do I even play here? I think we just play the archer.
They can hide, but there is no escape.
Yeah, we just play the archer. I do not understand that play at all. Hopefully we can find Yaevinn then. Yaevinn here would be quite nice. But we have Ciri, so we do still have an option for card advantage. Lacerate. I think we probably mulligan the Lacerate because we can find it with an Elven Merc. Oh, First Light. That's awkward. And then now we'll start playing our Dragoons, basically. I do not understand her straight passing, unless you had a really bad hand. Such a waste. I have another one. You could have at least waited.
Peace with humans? By das.
Oh, wow. I guess it's control.
Everything all right?
First light into a rally, into a trapper.
Where
This person's not playing units realistically, so it's kind of interesting. I've got a unit control, whereas I think this is just special card control. Oh, that's a play. Let's play Ciri. We can basically buy ourselves some time. See what's going on. I'm not too worried about Yennefer, but obviously the longer the round goes on, the more problematic that's going to be. Unless we just go for the final round. We can pass here and they'll have to play more cards in order to win. That's quite good. What did she even play there? She played Gwen. I guess we just pass. I don't really want to let the zapping continue, is the thing. So we'll see. If we could find another Scorch, that would be good. But we can always Shiro out to Scorch. We can Shiro the Ciri and she'll become a Scorch. And then we can Scorch the... I'm assuming that they're playing the cards with the special cards that get buffed. And we get last play, so that's quite nice. Oh my god, who is running doo-doo? What on earth is this deck? I don't know what to believe. The thing is, I don't want to play Morin until I've seen whatever it is that they've quenned. Because if I can see what they've quenned, that's going to make my life better. As it is, though, we are a card up on the final round. So this is quite good. First light we can get rid of, I think. Yeah, let's get rid of first light. Doblathana Archer. Oh, that's interesting. Villain Trenton Mirth. Do I want to play units now? I'm not really worried about the Borg. Let's turn Ciri into a Scorch. Sorry, Ciri. You're now a Scorch. Because we could also Isengrim out. That's a play. We could also Isengrim out Moren and see what she does. This isn't really that big of a deal, though.
The only good human is a dead human.
We'll play her on the middle row, so we have more units on the middle row, because that's likely to be where we're going to put to reveal. I mean, I guess it's control.
We'll win.
Are you going to replay Shackles, I reckon? I reckon they'll replay the Shackles. But I don't think this is a great target. Oh, I guess I want to hit all my units for Shackles. You can't Camby me. I'm just trying to figure out what is going on. Like, I can't... The problem at the moment is I can't play any special cards, because if I play special cards, that's going to put me in a really awkward... Well, I can't play, like, damage, because if I pull damage, that's going to work. Unless we try and find a Vreehead Dragoon with a First Light. That's an option, because we'll get a Vreehead Dragoon or an Elven Merc, which we can use to get another First Light. So I think we do that.
Everything all right?
I don't want to stack rows too highly is the problem, because obviously if I stack the rows particularly, we might have a problem.
Them to a man.
It is just special cards. What can we pull? What have we got in our graveyard? We can pull a First Light. But I think we're going to need to burn, because they're going to have to play some points, right? Let's play to reveal for now. Pop it in there. This is interesting. It's an interesting matchup for sure. We can still pull Saskia. That's not really too problematic. We'll play this.
Your vet will avenge us.
You can have this. Oh shit! I forgot that would trigger her.
It's like you, we coat in honey, then tie you down on an anthill.
Oh, they're both 6s. How many epidemics does one person have?
They can hide.
So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 extra at the moment, so we're on 14. Can you stop killing all my units, please? Unless we buff something with, like, buff the Doblathana Archer. I guess we do that. It's kind of a waste of a mutagen though, but I think I can burn both of those guys, so it's not really a big deal. There you go. Have fun with that. And you got another one and I'll burn it. And then I've got 5 and 7 from Eithné plus to reveal. What do you intend to play here? Because we've got another 5, 5, 7. We've got another 17 points in hand. Plus she just gave me 5 from Eithné. Unless she plays double rally and tries to pull out her dudes. Alzur's Thunder. It's not enough though.
Hold the line.
This is such a weird strategy. I guess because I'm also playing Control, so you know it's all good. Let's rally. Elven Merc. Put this here. First Light. Nothing, because we don't have anything left. And I guess we can just pass here and we win. We don't even need to play Brienne. So this is why I think unit control is better than spell control. But we did have card advantage, which really helped us there, like the Ciri, for example. And that's why we run Ciri and Yaevinn. It did really help us. So it was all good. But that's the game. So yeah, there you go. I should have won both of those games, but obviously I misplayed the first one. But that is Scoia'tael Control, and you can kind of see how it works and how it all fits together. We got some rewards, which are nice, so let's go see what that is. And yeah, like it's a pretty fun deck. It works at high tier, I think. I've been playing a lot of the Panda hybrid, the weather hybrid I posted yesterday. That's also a really fun ranked deck. But I think both of these work, you know, at quite high MMR, which you can see we are. But yeah, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, any changes that you would make to the deck, or any other misplays that I made. Beyond that, if you've enjoyed this channel, then you can always subscribe, and you can always catch me streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jaggerous, or on Twitter @Jaggerous. Thanks for watching, have a fantastic day, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!